Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video streamed live, and also those of you that are watching the replay. What we're going to talk about in today's video is the total lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus that is happening on November 8th of 2022. I'm going to go over the general information of the eclipse, the aspects, the starseed energy, the Sabian symbol, the Chandra symbol. Also talk about the gene key that is connected and aligned with this full moon, the chakra and the system of the body, and so much more information. I absolutely love doing these broadcasts, and I'm excited to dive in. Before we officially dive into the video, I would like to invite you, if you're new, if you enjoy the content of this channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live or when I upload videos, and then also download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It also enters you into my email list, and then you get a weekly moon magic report that goes out every Wednesday morning, usually, sometimes a little later, but every Wednesday you get this report, and it's basically the astrology and the forecast for the week ahead, and people absolutely love receiving that in their inbox. So also, please check out all of the other links in the description of my videos. I always put upcoming workshops, events, things coming up always in the chat, in the description box. And also, I would love to invite you to join our STARSEED membership. It's an amazing community where you get guided through the astrology for the whole year. I upload video content on the platform. I also send out emails giving you information about all the important transits that are going on. I record a meditation and I upload it onto the channel every time there's a new and a full moon. And there's so much more. We also have live events on Zoom together, and even a monthly group check-in where we get to talk to each other and see each other face to face, and share what we're experiencing during the time, whatever is going on astrologically. So super awesome to be a part of the membership. So a lot of awesome things coming up soon, and I'm excited to begin to make some of those announcements. You have probably also noticed that I have not been broadcasting in a minute, and the reason is because I'm actually traveling in Argentina right now doing the 11/11 event with Matias de Stefano, and so I'm probably having a blast. But this video was actually pre-recorded, and but you're getting it as a live stream, so you can still have the interaction in the chat that we so absolutely love for this channel. So what I want to do is, so welcome. Thank you guys all for being here in the chat, and I'm excited to dive in. Let me switch over to this screen. And I have to update it actually so you can actually see the chart, the correct chart on the screen. And then we'll dive into this freaking eclipse. I mean, honestly, it's kind of weird recording this video early because usually I'm recording this video when there is like the energy is already there. But the minute I said that, I was like, whoa, this video is going to be going out on some like intense Scorpio energy, you know? So, I mean, not Scorpio energy, but Taurus energy or eclipse energy. So it's super, super crazy that, what we're probably feeling right now as this full moon is arriving. But this is really, really cool because this full moon is actually exalted. The moon in the sign of Taurus is what we call in astrology exalted. And that means that it feels the best. It's like on vacation, it feels good, it's excited, it wants to have fun, it wants to enjoy itself, it really wants to enjoy like the comforts. So that's the positive thing about this eclipse. The other positive thing about this eclipse is that it is with the North Node. So North Node eclipses are actually a bit more exciting in terms of like it's guiding us towards our future. It's wanting us to move towards our future. So that's significant too. So exalted moon, it is an eclipse, which means it is intense, powerful, revolutionary. This is a time of change, deep, powerful change in the collective, but also in our own lives individually. And it's really important for us to pay attention to what we see changing because this is Scorpio season, right? We're like exactly halfway with Scorpio season at this point. And it is a time of transformation and change and shift and release and like letting go so that we can make space for something new. So you set an intention, right, with the new moon solar eclipse 2 weeks ago. And now it's time to see that intention start to come to fruition, start to like really shine a light on what you really manifested in your life since the solar eclipse that we had in Scorpio. But this is an auspicious energy, and the reason is because the moon in Taurus is exalted. It's also auspicious, again, because like I said, it is a North Node eclipse, which is guiding us towards our destiny. And because this is a total lunar eclipse, it's going to be even more powerful. So sometimes you have partial eclipses, but this one is a total eclipse. So I think it'll be seen in the northern hemisphere. I think in quite a few parts. If you go online, you can research where can I see the eclipse from, and it's happening on November 8th to help your search. But I think you'll be able to see it in a lot of parts of the world. So it's really exciting. And this would be a great eclipse to charge your crystals with, your sacred tools, or do some kind of ritual ceremony, dance with the moon. Taurus is a sign that asks us to connect with the earth and to ground ourselves. And I will be uploading a reading, our full moon reading, although I won't be able to do the ceremony because obviously I'm going to be still in Argentina, but we'll have a reading video uploaded, which is going to be exciting to see what the message of the moon is for us. So look out for that on the day of the full moon. Also, if you're in the Starseed membership, you already have access to the meditation that is meant to be done on the full moon eclipse, and also your PDF journal that you can download and also journal on the full moon eclipse. But let's take a look at what are some of the aspects that this moon is making with some of the planets. So the most obvious one is, and the reason we know there's a full moon is because you've got the sun and the moon exactly opposing each other. That's when you know it's a full moon. And the exciting thing about this specific moon is that it's making a conjunction to Uranus. And Uranus is actually the planet of transformation and change and revolution. So what I already feel like messages channeling through is that this is a collective massive shift. A huge, powerful, like something, this full moon eclipse could literally bring up for the collective something no one was expecting, or some kind of deep change that just, it really shakes things up, because Uranus is, the one that, shakes the ground underneath you, like moves the rug out from underneath you, and you feel like unsettled, because the change is important for like the evolving of us. It's like kind of like a mutation. Like Uranus is literally like a bit like a mutation that will change like from one thing to the next, and there's nothing, things change so much that nothing of what was is ever again. Like that kind of thing. So this could be possibly like something that really shakes up the earth. I don't really like saying that, but that's what I'm getting. It's like just like some kind of a, maybe collective event that will shake things up. And the goal is we're moving towards something, right? We're moving towards our destiny. Us moving towards our future. We want to go in this direction because it is the new direction for humanity, but it will ask us to really be okay with being uncomfortable, because that's what Uranus is. It's like Kundalini awakening, spiritual revolutions, like diving deep into, jumping into a new path, jumping into the void, not knowing what's on the other side and just trusting. And all of these things are so important. But if we allow the change to happen, what's on the other side is a new kind of security for the earth, because Taurus is the energy of the earth. So it's actually a really, really beautiful energy here. So obviously on the other side of the spectrum, we have the sun, we also have Venus, we have Mercury, and we have the South Node. So this lunar eclipse is opposing all of these energies. The sun, that's automatic because that's what makes it a full moon. The fact that these planets are so close to the nodes is what makes it a total eclipse. And we have been watching and seeing all of these planets, the sun, the moon, and Mercury, traveling together through the signs. Like they traveled together through Libra. Mercury went retrograde. And then now we had the conjunction between the sun and Mercury and Venus at 29 degrees of Libra, and that was really powerful. And then the next day they entered into Scorpio, and together the sun and Venus. And we've been feeling this is like a theme, right? Wherever Scorpio is in your chart right now, because the South Node is there, is where you need to let go and release of what no longer serves you. And if you're not doing the releasing, and this has to do with relationships, with even your thoughts, like thought patterns, you need to stop thinking the way you were thinking, and like stop the old ways of thinking and start thinking about something different, something new. Like expand your mind, change your mind, bring in freshness. Oh, I like that word, freshness, into it. But these are all themes that are asking us to let go and release. So the one really challenging thing about this eclipse is that we're going to have Saturn making a T-square to it. And whenever there's T-square energy, because the squares are called the hard aspects in astrology, they can challenge us. And because this is an eclipse, it becomes, everything is magnified, right, during eclipse season. But Saturn right here is like saying, this is a very karmic time, because Saturn rules karma. He's the lord of time and karma. So it's almost like saying time is of the essence, and this is very karmic. And so if you don't like, do things in a way that is meaningful and responsible, it can really create some crazy chaos that you'll have to deal with anyways. But Saturn is saying, okay, this is a big deal. This is a serious thing. that we need to pay attention to this. He kind of brings in like instead of like the fun and playful energy, he brings in like the father energy, right? Like the authority, like this is not a joke, So he's wanting us to take this seriously. The moon is actually making a sextile to Neptune, and that's beautiful because that's an activation of our intuition. That's our psychic abilities really truly opening up, and like a flower, and being able to see the unseen, hear the unheard, be more sensitive, right? Your senses, your psychic senses, but your senses in general can become more awakened or alive during a sextile or a trine to Neptune from the moon. And this can also feel like a kind of like a dreamy time as well. And we also, Neptune and Jupiter they're not exactly conjunct, but they're pretty close together and in the same sign of Pisces. So this dreamy, spiritual, Christ consciousness, compassion, love of humanity, also crazy, psychotic episodes and crazy people, like crazy energy, all of that is part of Pisces. You're either in the dream or you're in the nightmare, So this is also a theme that's being very strongly magnified during this time. And I think what they're doing, because Jupiter is actually still at 29, and that's on Pegasus. It's a Pegasus starseed marking. And Pegasus is the one that reminds us to remember our magic. So I feel like this is a positive thing because these two rule the sign of Pisces, Jupiter traditionally and Neptune, more modern, but they rule this energy. So they're going to feel good here and they're going to really strengthen each other. So that's the strengthening of our intuition as this full moon, lunar eclipse is sextiling the planet Neptune. And then the other thing that's going on is a sextile from Jupiter to Pluto. And that is going to increase the depth of the energy, just make it more potent. I feel like it'll be like nice, but it'll be really like profound is the word that's coming to me. This eclipse, because it is in the sign of Taurus, is actually ruled by both the Earth and Venus. And I would say that the Earth is a pretty big deal. Also, like the 11/11 event that's happening in Argentina is a completion event for what happened in early 2022 of the Egypt event that they did, the 22222 event, right? Like February 2222. Anyways, so this is the completion event of that, and so there's been eclipses going on at this time in these signs since that time. So this entire eclipse season of Taurus and Scorpio has been a big underlying theme of everything on the planet, and that's why I feel like these codes for this eclipse are very much connected to the I just lost my train of thought. To the Earth versus Venus. Venus is the other planet that rules Taurus, and Venus is conjunct the sun, like opposing the moon. So there's a little bit of friction there because you have to look at where's the planet that is ruling basically this moon, and it's Venus, but really I feel like much more strongly it's actually the Earth. In human design too, these two planets are going to be at the same gate. So that and the frequency of the Earth and the moon are really potent during full moon time. So everything that unfolds for this eclipse is going to be very powerfully connected to what's happening here on the planet. I feel like this, like a Kundalini activation on the planet is what I'm seeing, like a powerful, like almost like a lightning strike, and everything is different. And then you're in the new world. Like new world frequency is definitely what I feel with this chart, with this reading. At also around 16 degrees of of Taurus is actually a new starseed family called the Cassiopeians. Cassiopeia was Andromeda's mother, and she loved her daughter so much. She was very boastful of her daughter, and she said, "Oh, my daughter is more beautiful than the Nereids, which were the servants of Poseidon." And then eventually Andromeda gets chained to a rock in the sea, has to be saved by Perseus. He has to petrify the monster with Medusa's severed head and use her eyes to petrify the monster and free Andromeda. And so that the Cassiopeian starseed energy is very much about the earth and nurturing, right? Because it's not like she was a bad mother. She probably didn't realize the gods are crazy, and when you say anything against them, they will kill you and make you suffer for immortality forever. Forever. But anyways, so this is a nurturing energy. Cassiopeia is the mother, mother figure who loved her daughter very much. But if you continue that story, right, it moves through liberation. It moves through the energy of liberation. So that's the big starseed family that is super present right now during this time. Now, the chakra and the system of the body, according to ancient Atlantean philosophy, which is what I teach in the Moon Goddess training, the connection here to Taurus is the chakra is the ankles chakra. The ankles are the feet chakra. And the little tagline for that is I move forward. So we are moving forward. From this point, we're moving forward. I love that because I remember Matias talking about how this event in Argentina is going to be where we stop focusing on the past and we start focusing on the future. And he calls it ontocracy, which is a new way of society, right? Having society, teaching the children, all that stuff. So I move forward. This eclipse is, and the fact that it's a North Node eclipse, I move forward. You walk with your feet on the ground. It is about moving forward. The system of the body is the muscular system. So it's about the ability to move, right? The muscles, without the muscles in our body, we would just be laying there and we wouldn't be able to move or do anything or get up or anything. It would be just like a blob, maybe not a blob if we had bones. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that the muscular system is about action and the strength, the power, right? The muscles are the power to turn the wheel, to turn the knob, to grab that thing, to walk towards it. So this is about movement forward. So it's exciting. I feel like this is a very exciting thing. So what we're going to do next is go through the Sabian symbol, and then the Chandra symbol, and then dive into the gene key of this moon. So let's take a look at what is the Sabian symbol for 16 degrees of Taurus. And I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Okay, here's the Sabian symbol. On a corpse-strewn battlefield, medieval crusaders wielding broadswords battle Saracens wielding scimitars. The crusading spirit, battling evil forces, ideologies who demonize their opponents or project their darker sexual impulses onto them, must learn to keep a lid on the evil images of the unconscious lest they take over. Coming face to face with an enemy who is often simply a foreigner with a different set of values. Being on the fence until one has gathered enough information to form a rational opinion versus letting the emotional hysteria of a holy war take over. Wow. Identifying the crux of a debate. Winning an argument through superior logic versus dominating others through threats of violence. Arming others with the sword of truth. That's why I put the sword in the image of this video. Arming others with the sword of truth. I love that image though. It also brings up Archangel Michael for me. The life force and death force in balance. Fighting to secure the future. Wow. Struggling to put one's passions at the service of the spiritual will. So more frequency of there's forward movement here, we are moving forward. So Very important to recognize how this is unfolding also personally in your own life. Let's take a look at the Chandra symbol. So the Chandra symbol for this degree is a pomegranate broken open. The pomegranate reminds me of all those stories of like the Wicked Witch, or even Aries, the planet or the goddess, who shows up to the party at Olympus with a pomegranate and throws it on the ground and then says this is to the fairest goddess of them all, and all the goddesses start fighting over it. And then eventually that starts the Trojan Wars. So this is what it reminds me of right away, but let's read what it actually says. A pomegranate broken open. Oh my God. The spilling out of blood and guts, arriving at the critical point where it all comes out. Huge relief and release. Something held forever with great tension and pressure. Yet destiny brings such a reckoning of all the places at once that you will postpone it as long as you can. The freeing up of karmas when all else is lost. The glory in defeat. The great turnaround is always in you, and waiting for it is the hardest thing you will ever do. It has to be so ripe to bursting the moment that counts. Timing is a great art. Everyone freed as you are freed. Nothing held back any longer, ever again. Okay, well, that's kind of intense. Let me read it again. A pomegranate broken open. The spilling of blood and guts, arriving at a critical point where it all comes out. Huge relief and release. Something held forever, with great tension and pressure. Yet destiny brings such a reckoning of all the places at once that you will postpone it as long as you can. The freeing up of karmas when all else is lost. The glory in defeat. The great turnaround is always in you, and waiting for it is the hardest thing you will ever do. It has to be so ripe to bursting, the moment that counts. Timing is the great art. Everyone freed as you are freed. Nothing held back any longer, ever again. Holy shit. Alrighty then. Let's move on to the gene keys. So we've got, the second gene key. This is an interesting one. So let's read about the second gene key. Moves from the shadow of dislocation to the gift of orientation to the city of unity. And the tagline is returning to the one. I'm loving it already. Here we go. The second city, unity. The second city describes the experience of enlightenment or awakening. Wow. It is the cornerstone of all the Siddhic states, being, as it is, the essence of the divine feminine. Taurus. Hathor. Dude, this is a powerful Hathor and Venusian starseed as well. Stargate. Wow. The divine feminine pole has a great mystery within it, because in a certain sense, it cannot be said to be a pole at all. The masculine pole is very simple and straightforward, but the feminine is beyond any sense of reason and understanding. The masculine principle is really an externalization of the feminine rather than a duality. At the Siddhic level, there is no such thing as duality. Duality is destroyed by a strange kind of divine logic. At this heightened level of awareness, mathematics works differently than on the mental level. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but always makes 3. The only numbers that really exist at the Siddhic level are 1 and 3. 1 is 1. It is consciousness resting in its own nature. It is the ultimate state of yin or femininity, or as this second hexagram is often known, it is the receptive. Words such as receptive, feminine, yielding, or mother can be misleading, as we tend to understand them as poles with opposites. However, they hint at what lies beyond them, so we need to consider them in a different way if we are to grasp what the second city really means. This is something that can only be grasped intuitively. Thus, when the one externalizes it, so are we talking about Neo now? No, just kidding. When the one externalizes itself as a manifestation in form, it has not created a duality, but a trinity. Woo, getting chills. Every duality is really a relationship, and every relationship is really a three. There is a man, a woman, and instantly there is also a couple, the relationship itself. In divine mathematics, the number 2 is always an illusion. It cannot logically exist. If you can say anything at all about the number 2, you might say it is a bridge, a dynamic process that is simultaneously transmuted before it is even born. Oh, I love that. There are concepts that cannot be approached with ordinary logic, just like the quantum particles in physics that avoid our definition because they appear to be linked to our very perceptual apparatus. Oneness cannot be comprehended, only lived. Enlightenment is not experience. This is a sentence to meditate upon, like a Zen koan, like a Zen koan. If you see oneness as an experience to be attained, or that one day happen to you, or that may one day happen to you, then you are caught within that straight line between 2 points. The third thing is transcendence. It does not occur to you, rather it negates you. Ironically, transcendence does not take you away from life, as its name might suggest. It places you right in the heart of life, where you have always been. It unifies all opposites, ends all riddles, leaves all mysteries just as they are, and brings a sense of trust that cannot be described. One cannot even really use a word like trust to describe the city of unity, because trust suggests duality again, that there is somehow a truster and a trustee. This is the wonderful dilemma of the Siddhic state. As do all the cities, the second city carries a specific mythology when it manifests through an individual in the world of form. As one of the primary pillars of our DNA, the life of one who lives within this city is of great relevance to our evolutionary history. And what was I talking about? Uranus conjunct this total eclipse, which is about mutation. These beings exert an enormous magnetic influence on our entire planet. This is the eclipse. Although it may sound like science fiction, the expression of the second city in a human being actually changes the direction of the earth as it moves through space. Full body chills right there. Holy shit, I'm tripping out. The second city can only therefore be born in the world of humanity if our whole species makes a leap in consciousness. Wow. In order for such a leap to be made, we have to wait for a certain set of geometric coordinates to line up in the cosmos. Wait, you mean like a total lunar eclipse in Taurus? These are the alignments that astrologers... What the fuck? Okay, I'm tripping out right now. Whoa, these are the alignments that astrologers are always seeking to find and understand in the heavens. Get the fuck out of here. What? The second city is mythically... Okay. The second city is mythically represented by the Star of Bethlehem in the Christ myth. Other cultures also have stories of great beings connected to the appearance or alignment of stars and comets in the heavens. This city, therefore, tells us something about our ultimate state of consciousness. It is linked not only to when we are, but also where we are. The Earth, Taurus, itself is on a trajectory through the galaxy, and at certain points in our time frame, it moves into alignment with other geometric aspects of the cosmos. The ancient Mayans, for example, I have full body chills, believed that in the year 2012, the Earth would be in direct alignment with the hub of our galaxy, which for them signified the birth of an age of heightened consciousness. As such junctures in time and space, the second city may well incarnate again on our planet, and in the case of 2012, it is most likely to do so through a whole generation rather than through a single individual. According to the planetary genetic time clock that is derived from the I Ching, we will experience another great axis point in the year 2027 as the precession of the equinoxes transits into the 55th gene key, opening up the potential for a genetic shift in humanity. Both dates, 2012 and 2027, are hugely significant within the time frame of the publication of this book by many axis points, but many axis points will follow in the near and far future. The second city is the original nature of consciousness itself. Oh my God, and Uranus rules consciousness, higher consciousness, and it's exactly conjunct this moon. The second city is the original nature of consciousness itself, and it manifests as a highly beautiful plan unfolding in time and space, swept along by the currents of evolution. All such mythic journeys echo the journey of the earth and of our universe, and as they all begin by leaving the warm comfort of the mother, Cassiopeia, and the home, so they must one day return again to the same embrace. This indeed is our final destiny as a species, to realize our state of oneness and unity with all there is. Whoa. That was really, truly mind-blowing. I am so freaking excited about this eclipse, but honestly, we really should get ready for some crazy stuff to go down. Let's take a look at where this is happening in your chart, starting with Aries. Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. This eclipse is happening in your second house. This is the house of values. This is the house of your own sense of self-esteem. How can you find, all of us, we should ask ourselves this question. How can you find your connection, your oneness? You know, what makes you feel more connected to the all in terms of what is important to you and what you value? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising, first house. How can you find more connection to the all through who you are, through your expression of your inner self? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. How can you step into that connection with the all through your spirituality, 12th house, through your divineness, through your own divinity, through being spirit having descended into matter? How can you find oneness with God? And it is through connecting with your higher self. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising, 11th house. So the way to connect with the all is to connect with everybody, to see, if you can't see God in all, if you can't see God in all, you can't see God at all. That's your message, Cancer. Wow. Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising, 10th house, career. The way that you will find that oneness is by you fully stepping into your mission. Unity for you means I need to play my part in the role, and my part is to know my mission and to know my purpose and to follow that wholeheartedly. The only way that Leo can truly do. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 9th house of integration, spiritual integration. So the way that you find your connection with the all, that unity, that city of unity within yourself, is to open your mind, to expand yourself, and to move beyond the edge of what you thought you were capable of, to go on that adventure and be courageous. Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 8th house, death, change, and transformation. The way that you will find that unity, that connection with the all, right? Returning to the one, is going to be by surrendering to the symbolic deaths in your life and truly, truly letting go of what no longer serves you. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 7th house, relationships. You will find your connection to yourself, to the all, in the eyes of the other, in the mirror of the other. So you need to recognize that the other is a mirror to you. The other is you. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 6th house, be present. You will feel the one. You will feel this unity, this city of unity in the moment. Be in the moment, every moment. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 5th house, creativity and passion. You will find that energy. You will feel at one with the all in your creative flow and in your passionate expression. How beautiful. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 4th house, home and family. You're going to see it in your loved ones. You're going to feel it in the connection with family. And if you're like, I don't really have a family, then who is family to you? It doesn't have to be blood related. Who's family to you? You will feel this frequency at home. And home is where the heart is. And last but not least, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, 3rd house, communication. You will find the one. You will find the city of unity. You will feel the oneness with the all through how you communicate and express yourself. So the only option here is to speak your truth. Wow. I'm so excited about this eclipse. You guys, this is just beyond. And so excited to also be able to have this available for you guys, even though I am traveling. So I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Thank you to those of you that were here live in the chat. And thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Please make sure to check out all the links in the description of this video for new workshops, classes, courses. We got some awesome stuff coming up for the holidays as well. Some awesome sales I'm going to be doing. And I hope that you have a truly magical and heart and eye-opening full moon total lunar eclipse in Taurus. Sat Nam, everybody.